Meat's back on the menu, boys.
On this week's Crit Sandwich. Welcome to Crit Sandwich. On Crit Sandwich, we play D&D loosely based on our favorite media. This is episode 3 of Campaign 8. Go back and start at any episode 1 if you just found us here in the middle of our 8th campaign. For our 8th campaign, we are bounty hunters in an oligarchy playing through the plot of BioShock. My name is Casey Sears. I am your dungeon master for this campaign. To my left is Charles Ventus. Chuck, how you doing?
Pretty good. I am playing 13, the Dragonborn fighting mage.
Yeah.
Or battle mage, I don't know.
Sure. Across the table from me, Robbie Ponder.
Hello. I am playing Dr. Rhonda Leigh. She is the medic, the doctor of the group.
To my right is Matt Popich.
What up? I am playing Musk, who just has that classic D&D combo of Ranger and Bard. That just it really signifies Dungeons and Dragons.
You call the shots from a range.
There's got to be.
Why not? You can do that.
Who was the fellow in Robin Hood that always played music with the band of Merry Gentlemen? You're that guy.
Okay, that's me.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That guy.
Little John? No.
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, Little John was the big brute, like the big guy, right?
I don't know because most of my memory of Robin Hood is actually the Mel Brooks version. So
it's not accurate, or
it's Robin Hood : Men in Tights.
Men in Tights
Is like really most of my cultural exposure to Robin
yeah,
Hood.
I have that in the Disney version.
Yeah,
That's
I don't even know if
got.
I've seen the Disney version, or if I did, I was so young I don't
The
remember.
Fox? Oodalolly.
Nope, not ringing any bells.
No?
Yeah, it does for me.
All right.
Oodalotty day.
Yeah.
All right, so Chuck, tell me about 13's favorite meal that he ever had in his whole damn life.
Favorite meal?
Yeah, what was the best meal Chuck or 13 has ever had?
The best meal that 13 ever had, I would say when he first got back home to his home country of Dragonia. It's a trade. There's a lot of trade going on in that country. And I would just say a nice roasted chicken.
Where at? With who?
Just by myself. Just found a plate, just found somewhere. I'd never seen a roasted chicken before being held in captivity. And then when I got there, I saw it on the market. And
it was your first bite post-freedom?
Yep, post-freedom. Roasted chicken.
It's beautiful. Dr. Rhonda Leigh, what was your favorite meal that you have ever had in your life, in your 26 years?
Yeah, so she doesn't really have a lot of like great meals because the meals that she ate was in the mash tent, which would be like military MRE meals. So nothing that was really that delicious. But there has been occasionally, like have been some banquets that the military would get together and go and have a big feast, a military ball feast. And that was one of her best meals. And it had an endless spread of everything, pork, bacon, like a whole table full of different mixes of sandwiches and everything you could possibly want there.
Dr. Rhonda Leigh loving those big balls. Am I right, Musk?
What? I don't. What?
Yeah, take it.
What did I say? She said balls.
I
What?
thought you were talking about a big ball. Where are there?
Oh,
big...
ball. Yeah, a military ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's AC/DC. We like
Yeah.
big balls.
Right.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Musk, I'm going to say like a local like pheasant that he would have cooked in a camp all by himself. The kicker, though, this was like some sort of super elusive pheasant that he had been tracking and hunting for. Like it would just kind of pop up around one of his camps, and he would like scurry to get his bow and arrow, and then it would be gone by the time. So after like months and months of like being taunted and like he never like finally he caught it using a trap, and while it tasted the same as any other pheasant, it was also the most delicious meal.
So does it have like a special like decoration and spotting?
Yeah, it had feathers that like a purplish feather on its back that would be extremely abnormal, like a darkish purple. Yeah. And it was the same pheasant.
Like a roadrunner.
Yes, and Musk was the coyote.
Finally
got it.
Did the pheasant ever paint a tunnel on the side of a cliff and then you ran into it?
multiple times.
Okay.
It was unfortunate, but Musk's intelligence is quite low, and he's more of a try-hard guy than be smart, and finally he got it.
Where we last left, our 3 bounty hunters. They had discovered the lost city of Arcus. They had ventured through the North Gateway District. They have discovered that they need to find a key to unlock their way to the next transport station to travel to the next district, and that one of Abigail Russell's lieutenants is holding that key. And you have walked in on this lieutenant. Let me look up his name real quick. How did I already not?
Dr. Feelgood.
General Doctor. What's the title does he go by?
Surgeon General.
Dr. Surgeon Miniker.
There he is.
Miniker.
Miniker is standing over a woman whose face is just floating around her skull in pieces as he is giving her the most bizarre, magical, and frankly horrifying plastic surgery you've ever seen. The last thing he said to you was, would you like a facelift?
Have you come for a facelift?
Yes. Have you come for a facelift? To your left, there is a large something draped underneath a large sheet. We have a table with one bright globe of light with kind of like almost looks like it's placed in a bowl, and it's floating and it's creating a spotlight that is very brightly illuminating Dr. Miniker and his patient. And then the rest of the room is pretty dark and pretty small. It's maybe about 30 by 20. And then there are some double doors on the back side and some cabinets with equipment and some tables and shelves also with like glass vials and other sorts of medical equipment and tools.
We've come for your key, butcher.
You've come for my key? Who sent you?
You can give it over nice, or we can take it from your corpse.
Why is there a corpse in the other room?
I'm trying to be all threatening. And
13 shakes his head.
Yeah.
13 shakes his head.
This place is very unsanitary. You have blood all over the place.
That is my secretary, and I suggest if you would like a facelift or any sort of other enhancement, you leave it with her, and she will schedule you.
I fire off an arrow. I'm not.
All right. Everybody roll for initiative.
I'm not a talker, so 13 for 13.
5 for the doctor.
Also a 5 for Musk.
I have a 0 modifier.
I have a +2.
So actually, 13 gets to go first because they rolled a 1.
Wow.
He rolled a 1.
Does he get a surprise? Well, I guess.
Probably not.
No, I guess
just
we're
wanted to-
rolling initiative. He's prepared.
I saw the writing on the wall. I just wanted to let it rip.
You see Musk lifting his crossbow and pointing it right at him, and you decide, you know what? I have faster initiative than him. I'm going to do something as well.
Yeah, I'm quick. I'm quick to battle. I'm going to just charge at him with my short sword and in my main hand, and then my club in my left hand, and just go to town on him. A 9.
That does not hit.
All right, I'll swing with my club then. 18.
That does hit.
Woohoo! Dual wielding over there?
I am.
Damn.
Which is great because as a, I know I've got something for my a feat that allows me to add my strength onto my second attack or something like that. So, 4 damage. Not all that much. I rolled a 1.
Right.
All right.
So 13, you just run in there. You just jump right over the table and start hacking and slashing?
Oh yeah, if there's a table in between us, I'll just jump up onto the table, and I'll come down leaping with both of my weapons like over top my head.
Which one did you hit him with?
Hit him with my club.
Yeah. So you miss with your sword. He moves to the side, but you swing around with your club. He can't escape that. And you thwack him for 4 damage. It doesn't seem like you got him that good.
No, I would. Yeah, I've been real disappointed in my fighting abilities thus far. And I'll just kind of snarl at him.
Musk, it is your turn.
I will kind of move to the corner of the room so I can get a better angle. Right now, 13 kind of is between me and the doctor because they just ran straight for it.
Sure.
So
Are you going to the left or to the right? To the left is the big thing under the sheet, so you'd have to move around that.
that seems like a terrible idea. I'll go to the right.
All right.
Go see what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Go
That
peek
sounds
under
great.
that sheet.
And then I'm going to shoot him with my hand crossbow.
Great.
Roll the 14 plus 4.
Hits.
So while I now have spells and stuff, I'm like Musk is still kind of just stuck in his old ways. So
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, you move to the right, you line up your shot and you fire, and you think you got a good hit in, and he screams, and then he clearly seems to have lost concentration on whatever he was doing to that woman's face. And even though she was laying there very, very still, and her eyeballs are technically floating above her skull, like wired through the sockets, you know? Her eyes are open as eyeballs can be. You notice the chunks of her face, like expressively, wake up. Like her eyeballs pop and her cheeks pop. And then she just starts screaming, "Ah! Ah! Ah!" Just in the most horrible pain, like grabbing onto the chunks of her face and her eyes, and just her head is kind of swaying around in a circle, and she's feeling her face floating around her skull and screaming the most horrible, loudest sound you have ever heard. And as soon as she starts screaming, you start seeing the sheets that were very static start moving around and like tossing and turning as if something is also under there.
Under the larger.
Yes, the big sheets
big
that are right
sheet?
next to the door to the
Oh,
left,
okay.
which is right next to where Dr. Rhonda, Paul Leigh is standing.
Oh boy, we're outnumbered. So there's the doctor, the lady on the table, and then how many sheets are moving? Is it
Just one sheet, but
just
it's very, very tall.
very tall? Are these kind of doctor beds? Are they kind of like the type of doctor beds that have like restraints on them?
Yes, she would actually have her legs restrained. So she's sitting up now, but she does not seem like a threat to you. She seems very preoccupied with what's going on with her own dismembered face.
Mm-hmm. And this moving sheet, is that one that is tied down?
You don't know, but whatever's under there seems to be thrashing.
So it's going to get up.
You don't know that. Could be strapped in. Don't overthink it. Just do it.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking about.
I think you're overthinking this situation.
I think so too.
I think Matt's about to read a review.
Yeah.
It's happening.
I'm just talking about what I'm
It's
doing.
your turn. You're taking a long time.
You're over prepping. We're
I'm not
like
over-prepping.
10 minutes into
I'm gonna
the
walk up to the doctor.
episode.
I'm gonna hit him with my warhammer. My reflex.
All
hammer.
that thought.
It's a 7.
Does not hit. So you see the thrashing and you move past it and around the table, and you take a swing at the doctor, but you just don't make it in time.
Dang it.
I'm gonna be on the opposite side of this doctor than wherever this thing is thrashing around at.
Okay. So yeah, you're on the far side of the room now, and again, it's about 30 wide, about 20 deep. All right, so it is the monster's turn. Actually, I don't like that term. It is the enemy's turn.
It's a monster.
And first, the Dr. Miniker points at the giant white thrashing sheet, and he says, "Why don't you meet my favorite creation, my Beefy Boy?" you see him kind of move his hand to the right, and at that point, the sheet is ripped off of a huge, muscle-bound, rippling man that looks like he's had a cow's head sutured onto his head with big, wide steer horns, and he's chained up to the wall. The giant horned man leaps forward to 13 and swings his fist down, but they're still chained on the wall, so he can just barely reach you where you're at right now on the other side of the bed. And he's actually so big, he's actually going to slam into 13 and through the table where the woman is sitting.
Oh, I get it. Beefy Boy. He's a cow.
Yeah, he's got a big cow head.
Beef. It's what's for dinner.
He gets a 16. Does that hit?
My name's 13, and my armor class is 13. So, yeah. Does hit.
He does 5 bludgeoning damage with his fists.
What?
He also hits the woman who is laying down and just lands, like his forearms land right on her legs. And now was holding onto her face, and now she's retching over with pain, and she's actually beating the back of this man cow monster and just bashing its back with her fists as she's laying there on the table, again, still screaming in pain. And you see the doctor standing in front of you, and his hands start to grow and crack, and his nails turn into claws, and his jaw lowers, and his mouth fills with fangs. And that is their turn. We are back to the top of the order, 13.
Dang it. So I'm right next to the doctor is
You are
right next to me,
sandwiched.
and I'm kind of sandwiched.
Yeah, you're totally sandwiched right in between these two with Dr. Rhonda Pauly on the other side.
If I were to kind of swing around, well, I guess I would take an attack of opportunity if I'm sandwiched.
Totally.
Correct. Unless you disengage.
Man.
Yeah, I know you're used to disengaging as a bonus action.
I know. I don't have. I'd have to do it as my action.
I know.
I'm kind
It's
of
your
like
whole
in a
turn.
shit spot here.
Yeah.
You can. So you're looking at the chains on this cowman.
Yeah.
You can totally move to one of the far ends of the room, and he won't be able to reach you.
That's what. I gathered that. Like if I move to the side, he can't get me. But I'd have to disengage. I won't get a shot at the doctor. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of disengage to the far side of the room, opposite of Beef Boy, and just kind of get out of reach of him. But I will. I guess if I can swing around to the other side,
The side Matt's on?
closest to the doctor. I want to be between Matt and.
Yeah, totally. You can do
I
that.
want to be between Musk and Rhonda.
You actually
can.
You kind of dive forward past the operating table and take a little roll and tumble.
Yep.
And then move over towards Musk. And now just Dr. Rhonda Pauly is next to the doctor, but the doctor is still in between Rhonda Pauly and the cowman.
My turn?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm having trouble visualizing this a little bit. I would like to be able to use Thunder Wave, which is a 15-foot cube
Mhm.
on both Cowman and Doctor.
There's no way you could do that without also hitting the woman on the table,
Okay.
but you can do it to avoid Dr. Rhonda Pauly.
Okay.
Just hit her. Fuck it. Like
Yeah, we don't know this
Okay.
person.
Yeah.
Oh, the woman on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Honestly, you think you might be doing her a favor. If you
Yeah,
That's
stick
what it
around.
seems like. to
put her
me.
out of her misery, kind of.
She seems in a I mean, I've got to believe with her face hanging all around, she's just like bleeding out too anyways, right? Like
It's not good.
all right. I'm going to do that then. And I'm going to go ahead and make both of them make a Constitution saving throw.
We're not in this business to make friends.
They have to beat an 11 Constitution.
They both beat it. The doctor got a 15 and the cow got a 22. He has very good constitution. Oh, and the woman on the table got she got a 17. So how about that?
It's pretty good. Can I borrow a D8? Apparently don't have one. So 9 damage halved. And they are not pushed.
Yeah, so you run up there, and what's it look like when you do Thunderwave? You've never done this before.
No, this is all brand new for me. So I kind of feel this power welling up inside of my gut, and I kind of just release it through my mouth. It just kind of comes out as like my bard power is my voice. Yeah, it's not like a word or anything. It's just like a screech and scream that is just so loud it pushes them back a little and makes them take some damage.
Yeah, so they're blown back. The table that the woman's on kind of spins around, and the woman is grabbing onto the arms now and screaming as the table itself slides across the room. And now just the Beefy Boy and Dr. Miniker are in the center of the room next to Dr. Rhonda Pauly. Who is going now?
I just think I'm going to take the dodge action. I want to save my spell slots to heal whoever needs it. And
all right.
Take a shot at the doctor. You're right next to him.
No. It's all right. I'm going to do the dodge action. So only the doctor can reach me. The cowman cannot.
Cowman, he actually, he can reach you. You'd have to move to the far ends of the room in order for him not to be able to. So the whole middle of the room is cow country. The far ends of the room, you're safe.
I'll use my action to disengage. I'm going to get away from this cow guy, and I'm going to go to the far end of the room.
Okay. Yeah. During the chaos of this thunder wave, you're like, all right, here's my chance. And you move away from the bad dudes. It is the monster's turn. The doctor points at Dr. Rhonda as she's running away. Actually, you know what? Matt, I assume you ran forward, shot it, and also moved far enough away.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in and out.
It's either going to be me or Rhonda. 13 or Rhonda would probably be the closest. I don't know how far back Rhonda moved.
I assume you all ran to the same end of the room, right?
I would run to the opposite end of the corner of the room. So I would picture Rhonda being in the top left, 13 top right, and then Musk in the bottom right.
Sure. Yeah, that's about what I'm picturing too. So you are, so Rhonda, you move over by actually the gurney where the woman was screaming. You ran over to the same side of the room she's on.
Okay.
Because they blasted her from the right to the left of the room. The doctor is going to look at Dr. Rhonda and say, I don't think you should go anywhere. And he points at you, and rings of smoke start to surround you. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's a 1.
Bye.
Crit miss.
You are paralyzed. At the end of each of your turns, you can make another wisdom saving throw. On a success, the spell will end. You have to beat a 14 to not be paralyzed at the end of your turns. The cowman screams, and he actually, as he looking at the doctor, he actually swings his backhand at the doctor to hit him, which is surprising to you guys. The doctor sees this coming and ducks right underneath, and the cow screams and starts beating his chest.
So do we get the impression that he did that on purpose, or just like he's in a rage and he's not paying attention to what he's doing, or we're not quite sure?
It's hard to tell, but clearly in some sort of rage.
Yeah. Okay.
You think this cowman might be on his own.
Gotcha.
Yeah, actually, as he swings that fist, Dr. Miniker says, "What are you doing?" Next up is 13, back to the top of the order.
Cowman is right next to Dr. Miniker. You see 13 bum rush Dr. Miniker again, and he, right when he gets up on Dr. Miniker, you see his mouth begin to open, and the glands on the inside of his mouth begin to swell, and I shoot out fire from my mouth
Onto both of them?
onto both of them. Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone. You have
Alright.
to make a dexterity DC 12 saving throw. And it's 7 damage is what I rolled.
The doctor passes and the cowman fails.
Does his concentration on Rhonda, does it drop?
I don't know if that's was it a concentration spell?
Hold person is.
I don't
I don't think it's hold person. I think he said paralyze. Or
It's hold person. It was hold person, and that is a concentration spell.
Oh, never mind.
His concentration holds. Person.
Yeah, and then I just brace myself for an attack because I assume I'm still close enough to. Well, I think Cowboy could hit me from where I'm at. I'm not sure, but
Wait, what's the range on your fire breath?
15-foot cone.
Okay,
So I would. I guess if I
you
can
could hit
stay
them.
back enough,
Yeah,
and
you can
hit both
stay
of them,
back in the corner of the room and hit them both at the end of the 15-foot cone. You don't
Okay.
even have to move
I will do that then.
because the room's about 30 feet wide, so 15 feet's halfway, and they're right in the middle.
Okay.
You got them.
I'll do that.
Musk.
Yeah, Musk is going to take another shot with his crossbow here, seeing all the confusion going on. He's going to shoot at the doctor. He rolled quite poorly, though. He got a 9.
That does not hit.
After that, he will use his voice as an action of support and tell 13, it looks like he's been swinging high. Stay low down there. And I'm going to give you Bardic Inspiration,
Sweet. What do I get to roll?
a D6.
Nice.
Is that your turn?
It is?
Dr. Rhonda Pauli.
So the smoke, is it like the same smoke that's holding me in place as the same smoke that was around that area that we were trying to get to? It's kind of like that.
All of the magical effects that you guys have seen has just all been smoky. It's just purely flavor.
All right, I'm gonna roll to get out of this hold person.
Does he do that at the end of his turn? Or
Yes, at the end of his
the
turn.
end of your turn? So
Yep.
if you have an action that you can do from range.
No, he's paralyzed. He
Oh,
can't
he's
do any
paralyzed. Oh,
actions.
So
there's
this is the
nothing
only,
you can.
This is the only thing I can do.
Yeah, it's the only thing you
Oh,
can do is
okay.
try to get out of the whatever's holding him,
That
which seems to be
sucks.
these like rings of smoke that have almost like filled his skin and are just keeping him from moving at all.
Big roll. 13. Actually, it's not going to do it.
You don't have any
13
wisdom?
plus 0
It's 11 plus 2.
is 13. That does not
13.
do it.
It's not going to do it.
2v2 or 2v3 still.
So you see Dr. Menaker look at the cowman and be like, attack those fools! Attack those fools! And as he's pointing to say, those fools! He actually holds his hand out and blasts a ray of frost right at 13.
I'll use my reaction to cast shield. I'll wait. I'll bring my hand up just kind of as a reaction to prepare for it, and then just the magic comes out of me, and you see this magical barrier of hard light. Just this bubble just kind of forms around me. It gives me +5 AC.
Don't you want to find out what his attack is first?
Not really.
I don't think you can hear for shield, right? I think it's specifically
You just do it.
before you get hit, right?
Yeah.
It says one reaction which you take when you are hit by an attack or targeted by a magic missile.
Okay, so you will not be hit by this attack, so you don't need to cast shield.
Oh,
'Cause
I won't?
You can cast shield when you're hit as a reaction.
Oh, when I'm hit. Okay. So I can see if it's going to hit me or not.
Yes, and then you cast shield.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was thinking I had to do it beforehand, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to get hit by
Yeah,
his
you
magic.
think
So.
on your inside, your gut thinks, oh, I need to protect myself from this, and you just see him go wide. He's not even looking at you, but he blasts some ice around the wall, and you hear some of the vials around you pop and crack and explode as they're frozen solid.
Cool.
The man cow, I keep wanting to say the minotaur, but the man cow. He actually fails his wisdom check and attacks the doctor and crits him.
Woo! This guy's the best teammate, Matt. What do you think?
I know, right?
I'm just teasing,
By
Robbie.
far.
We're going to need the doctor to heal us.
So he does about 20 damage to
Holy
the doctor.
crap! What?
Those were almost all max rolls on that crit.
That would have one-shot me.
So that was 18 damage there. So he hits that guy, the doctor, and he flies into these double doors that are behind him, and they swing right open, and he flies into the other room, and you guys hear, oh, as he goes into the room adjacent to yours, where there's like a pale purple light glowing out and starting to illuminate the man cow.
Can we still see him as he flew through the doors? Or
Yeah, you guys can see into that room, and it looks slightly bigger than a closet. And it seems like he was knocked into that room, and there's this very large, the thing casting all the purple light is this very large cylindrical object that is about 8 feet tall, and it looks like it's attached to some sort of dolly, like they've been moving this thing around, and then there's just some other cabinets and storage in there too.
and then I can't remember. Did the woman die? Did the cowboy crusher?
Oh, the woman
she's
is
still-
laying in she is laying in that cart unconscious next to
Okay.
Dr. Rhonda. Yeah,
Did
all of the pieces on her face, like after that thunder wave, just kind of fell next to her face. Yeah, she's just laying there with, it looks like her face is flayed and all the parts are just laying around it.
Did this maybe break concentration?
For the whole person?
I would hope so.
It sure did.
Yay.
Woo! You're free.
Next up is 13.
Can I get Pat? So when he knocked him back, is the door off to the side?
Yeah,
Do I have to run past Cowboy to get to him?
You can actually get through that room without being in arm's reach of where he's standing. So yes, you can get into that room without invoking an attack of opportunity, but just barely. Like you can very tightly run around.
Kind
the
of
corner.
thinking we need to finish this guy off. Like I'm gonna run up and just is he prone on the ground? He's laying on the ground.
Yes.
I'm gonna run up and just kind of try and attack him with my just come wailing on him with my short sword and club.
All right. First weapon is
Short sword. It's gonna be my white die.
roll
and
with
then-
advantage.
Okay. Let's roll both of these. 17,
Hits.
7 damage.
Describe your kill.
I just see him like he's kind of hunched over on his side, and then he goes to turn up to like hears me approaching. He turns, and I just stab him straight through the throat and cut off his air passage.
So as you do that, and you draw his collared shirt forward into his neck, you see a chain with a key, and the key looks like it's made purely of smoke fall out of his shirt.
I grab the key and I
Yeah.
shout to my
Come on. Too many
Ah.
actions. Too many actions.
He's
You just
dead.
see it. End of the turn. You make your kill, you
let
see the
me
key.
do it.
But you can say something to your teammates for sure.
The key. He has the key on him.
Next up is Musk. It is you heard the stab and the girl. Actually, you can see it probably from where you're standing in the opposite corner of the first room.
Yeah, I'll run over there and skirt around the room to not get close enough to Beefy and grab the key from around the doctor. And then if there's enough other action, I'll also like check his person to see if there's anything else on him.
What
So-
do they call that in like a video game? It's like a loot stealer or
That's
you get your kill and then somebody runs up and loots it real fast. What do they
Wow.
call that?
Yeah,
Kill stealing.
Kill
is-
stealing,
I know
yeah.
kill stealing. Like
Well-
they get the final kill and then they get the loot
Uh-huh.
of the final hit.
It's fine.
Um,
It's fine. We're on a team.
So you can do the key grab as a bonus action. So you move
Okay.
and then you bonus action, and then you can still take an action if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check the rest of his person to see if there's anything.
Is there? Let me check my loot charts.
Coming up and taking all the stuff. Can't believe you.
Believe it. You helped with the fight, so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, if it had been Dr. Rhonda, it would have been an issue.
He has 2 potions on him.
Oh.
One is I'm sorry, he has 3 potions on him. One is a potion of femininity.
Okay.
One is a potion of masculinity. And it just says, that's all it says on there. It just says femininity, masculinity. And the last one is comeliness.
Comeliness?
Comeliness.
Comeliness.
Comeliness is attractiveness.
This. Oh.
Is how good looking someone is.
This
No.
potion will turn you into a man, or you don't know what this is.
It
I don't
sounds
know.
like it's going to bring your, I guess, strength up.
Well, I don't know that.
and
like,
then the feminine one, I don't know about that one. It's going to bring
Can-
that up.
can I ask you a character
Mhm.
question? So, and I don't know if any of us can do this, or if it's something special that I can do, being since I have a wizard class.
Mhm.
Like, am I able, or is there like a way for us to identify these spells or understand what they are before we drink them?
You could maybe ask Virgil.
Virgil, okay.
That's probably the best way, but you could also, with your now that you have some insight on Arcana,
I was
'cause
going
you
to say probably
literally
do an
learned.
Arcana check.
Yeah, when you
basically.
drank
Okay.
that potion, you learned new shit. Like
Okay.
it was like you took. I mean, it was like Neo and the Matrix, and he's like, "Whoa, I know kung fu." It was like, "Whoa, I know magic, and I understand how this arcane stuff works in a new way."
But I guess all of us, like, so Matt could do that too, though, right? Or is he not with the?
Yes.
He could do that as well.
Yeah. Anyone could roll an Arcana check to try to figure this out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Especially after having some of those infusions and things. But you would probably be the best person to figure it out.
Mhm.
Let's-
You also find 42 gold and a AAA lottery token.
All right.
Yeah, let's
We've-
not forget, we're still in combat.
We have two of those. I've got one. You got one.
Who the
now.
fuck is we? No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
Yeah, I know, right? You guys,
let me
you
check.
guys left
Let me
the
check my
doctor in
loan
here
chart
all-
here. Have you paid me back yet for all that?
He did.
Yes, I
He
did.
did.
I did.
I
Listen to the
know.
tapes.
We're already fighting.
you guys left the doctor in here all by herself.
We're waiting for you to get your first hit. So
Yeah, I've been a real, I've been helping so much in this
teasing.
fight. I'll
Okay.
tell you what.
All right, Matt, that is very much your turn finding all that crap.
Yep.
And now it is Dr. Paul Lee's turn.
I look at Beefy Boy and I sidestep to that closet everyone's in. Oh man, I'm not staying out here by myself.
I'm gonna. Go ahead.
Actually, Robbie, from your angle, you'd have to go all the way the far side around the room to get into those double doors. They were just like barely able to sneak in from their side. He was kind of leaning on the left a little bit. So you'd have to go all the way around to get in there. They are going to have a hard time getting out of here without getting an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout like as a free action, like, let's get out of here.
I mean, there are also like, it's not that this person's completely mentally inept. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Beefy Boy.
Mhm.
There are things that you could, beyond just combat, try to figure out to do.
Could try and calm him down, Robbie.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, don't just think about stabbing him to death. You guys could, at this point, if you guys wanted to, and you just wanted to say, hey, Casey, we're all just going to take our distance and use range attacks to whittle him down until he's dead. We can just skip all that and just say, you guys slowly, eventually put this guy down as he screams and rails against his chains.
I'm not gonna do that. My thought process was run, and if we could try and calm him down, we'd try. But I don't know. It's not my turn yet. I don't think so. It's Rhonda's turn.
I'll just delay my turn. Who's after me? Is it the Beefy Boy?
The Beefy
Beefy
Boy.
Boy's after me? Ugh. I'll use my action to dodge.
Okay.
He's not even near you.
So
She's scared.
Oh my god.
You guys left me. I'm scared.
at this point, the Beefy Boy, seeing the two of you in the room with this giant purple glowing tube, he's screaming, he's mad. He grabs the light globe and the one with the metal dish and the globe with the metal dish, and he chucks it right at Chuck, right at 13. And that's his second crit in a row.
Fuck.
Woof.
There's no point in using shield. I take it.
And he does 5 bludgeoning damage with it.
At least you rolled low.
So yeah, you're there, you're standing there with your sword, pulling it out of his neck, wiping the blood off, and then all of a sudden, ka-tunk, a giant metal bowl with a globe of light on the inside conks you in the head, and then flies off and shatters in the room. And so now the only source of light in this space is the purple glowing machine or whatever it is, purple glowing tube next to you guys in that room.
So the room Rhonda's in with him is completely dark.
Yes, it is dark, and you guys and the other two are in dim light.
It's my turn. Do I see any windows in this room, or it's just the purple light that's glowing in here?
Yeah, so you can investigate the big purple thing. You can check out some of the cabinets and stuff. You can, but yeah, there's no windows or anything. This is very much an internal kind of closet. And again, this big purple tube is on a very large.
Can I move to an
dolly.
angle where I want to keep calling him Beef Boy?
Yeah. Yes,
Beef Boy.
you can either shut the doors or move to an angle so that he can't throw anything.
I'll shut. I want to move to I want Rhonda to be able to see where we are, but I want to move to an angle where Beef Boy can't throw any more shit at me. He can't
Sure.
see me, and I want to be able to inspect the purple tube that's glowing. And
Yeah.
See what's going on there.
Do you have any night vision or anything? I mean, it's dim light, so you're going to be able to read it. I'm
I
just
don't-
curious how well you read it.
Didn't we tackle that at the end of the last episode?
We talked about it, but I'm
Yeah,
just
you-
not seeing it.
You
I don't.
didn't see it. Yeah.
Okay.
I just don't. I couldn't find anything on Dark Vision for Dragonborn. So, but I want to be able to see like.
You walk around it, checking this thing out, and you see it has a sign on it that says Arcano Life Rejuvenation Pod. Why wait? Feel great in just a few minutes. And there's a dial, and it says cat nap, long nap, and you can toggle between the two. And the one that says cat nap has the price of 20 gold, and the one that says long nap has a price of 50 gold.
Shit, I'm at 8 health.
Yeah, but 20 gold.
20 gold's a
Christ.
lot for a short. I'm guessing short rest and long rest here.
Those are very good, obvious.
Yes. Fuck, man. That's a lot of. That's like all my money.
Why don't we just leave here and take actual short or long
Yeah.
rest?
If we have the opportunity to. I'm just gonna shout that to the team and exactly like what it was and stuff,
Mhm.
and let them know like it's a pod that looks like it rejuvenates you, but I feel like we can exit out of here if we stick to the walls and leave Beef Boy, and we have what we came for. Just say like, let's get out of here. We have what we came for. I guess if I have any movement left, I'll start to. I'll stay in that room around the corner and then just wait right there, and then I'll wait to see what Musk does.
Musk, it is your turn.
So Musk is going to kind of, having been around more animals than people, and now with a sudden sense of like, a way of words a little bit. So combining those two things, he's going to holster his weapon and hold out his arms in like a straightforward upper motion, just kind of showing, listen, I can't hurt you, and say, easy, big fella. I can tell you've been mistreated and hurt. Can we help you in this situation? Is there something we can do to avoid any more hostilities? This wasn't your fault, I can see.
Make
I'd buy either persuasion or animal handling.
actually give me a persuasion.
14.
So you see the front side of this cowman in purple light. His fists are just clenched, and his eyes are wide. And you start talking to him softly with your arms up, and you see his eyelids just kind of shrink around his eyes, and he blinks again, and he lowers his fists a little bit, and he's just breathing very heavily. But he doesn't look like an immediate threat at this second. He grunts.
And I shoot him with a crossbow. Just kidding.
Sucker.
No, that's my turn.
All right, it is Dr. Rhonda's turn. Are you going to sneak through the darkness around him to get out of here? Or?
Yes. Do I have enough movement to be sneaky, and even using my action to sneak? Do I have enough movement to get to the door or even past the door out of here?
What's your movement?
30.
Yes.
Wait, I'm a dwarf. So
25?
25.
Yeah,
So
you're
that'd
15
be
feet from the door. You can use your action to stealth, or use your action to hide and then move.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Give me a stealth check.
17.
You make no real sounds. You kind of remember the layout of this room, even though it's dark, and you feel your way through. And you make your way out the door past the secretary. Next up is the monster and grabs his chains. And Musk, you can see this clearly. 13, you can see this clearly. He grabs the chains around his arms and he starts pulling, trying to pull them out of the wall. He's no longer focused on you. He's just focused on trying to get himself out of there. And he's going to make a strength check. And he is not able to pull himself or pull his chains free, but he's clearly much focused on that and not on you guys. So 13, your turn.
If I am able to I'll hug the wall and I'll do a dash motion to get as far as I can around the room away from him. So I'll kind of like trace the room, go in, trace the room and stay to the outside edge, just to stay away from him.
All right. Yeah, you sneak your way out of the room. Musk.
So I'm going to continue my mission here. I'm going to say, can you talk, friend? Can you understand me at least?
He looks over his shoulder as he's pulling on the chains, and he grunts and nods his head.
And I'll tell him, if I help release you, do you promise to go your way and I'll go mine? Was that a yes moo or a no moo?
He was nodding, and he sounded positive.
So I'm gonna slowly move toward the chains, like like where they're coming out of the wall, and I guess I'm gonna use the help action for his next turn.
Okay. So it is Dr. Rhonda's turn. Are you just hanging out in there now that 13's also in the same room you're in? You're just kind of waiting for everybody to come out?
Yes. Yeah, I'll do that. I still want to be able to see kind of what's going on.
Yeah, you guys can see. So there is a very, very faint light in the room you're in here. There's a globe of light hanging, but you can see the purple lines and the purple silhouette of the beef man.
Okay. So, well, after he gets freed, is he going to be coming this way after he gets freed?
There's only one way out.
I want to be out of that way when he leaves. So maybe I want to go back into the room with Musk and be on the opposite corner that the guy is chained up on, for he doesn't have to walk past me.
Yeah, you could also like hide on the other side of the receptionist desk and some other things like that too.
Okay, yeah, I like that one better. I'll hide on the other side of the reception desk. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go and I'll duck down behind it and peeking my little dwarven head above it, and you still see my flower in my hair.
While you're crouched down behind that desk, you see 5 gold just strewn across the floor in what might have been her coin purse.
I say, what my lucky day?
Oodalali.
So, Musk, now with your help, the Minotaur is fairly easily able to, with you kind of loosening the chains and working on some of that stuff, he's able to rip free, and he crows and moos with affirmation and grabs his chains and actually kind of throws them over his shoulders and starts to move out of the room. And he moves past 13 and just starts barreling out of the hospital.
Juggernaut style, just like plowing through walls.
Plowing through doors, but yes,
No, I'm just kidding.
Juggernaut style, sure.
Awesome.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah, just running through the hospital.
Rhonda stands up and she looks at Musk in the eyes, and she just thinks to herself like, "Wow, he's like a new man." That's something that I would have never thought he would have ever done. I'll walk up to him and say, "Yeah, I'm very proud of you. I appreciate what you did. I'm very proud of you. You're like a new man in this place."
So Musk is like kind of one of those things where like it's a self-fulfill. So like from a young age, Musk wasn't very popular, and then you stop trying to talk to people, and then you're even less popular, and then so like his whole life he's kind of been ostracized, but like this newfound confidence and charisma, like he was trying to help this guy, but at the same time he was like, it was kind of a test for him, like how good am I? But he did want to help this thing because, again, I don't know, kind of a multifaceted reasoning here, but he says, yeah, I kind of felt pity. I could tell that it obviously was put into this position. I don't know. I just wanted, I wanted it to be free.
Aye. And then Dr. Rhonda Pauly puts her hand on your shoulder and she's, thank you for all that. And this would probably be like the first time that you know that she's ever actually really touched you.
Yeah, and probably the first time Musk has been touched in a long time.
You're a dwarf, correct?
Yeah.
I'll just look at the dwarf love that's happening right now.
No, I am way too young for him.
Yeah, Musk is old and hideous.
All right. So, do you guys want to take a moment to search this area before you leave?
That's what I was thinking.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys can one of you make an investigation check with advantage. Whoever's got the best int.
+1.
It's better than me.
What do you got, Robbie?
0.
Oh my goodness. Advantage?
Yep.
Not good.
Oh my goodness.
8.
I don't understand your hot die. Like some campaigns, it's like always hot. And then like other campaigns, is nothing.
I think it's because we're playing in the dark right now. It's like a shroud over my my awesomeness.
You guys find, even with that 8, you guys find a minor healing potion.
It's a pity 8.
Go ahead and take that, Chuck.
Yeah, I'll take it and I'll actually drink it just because I'm.
We're probably going to take a long rest here.
Well, are we?
You guys also find 3d12 gold. So if
Right.
each of you want to roll a d12, that's how much your character found.
Oh, I rolled a 12. Woo!
A 4.
7. And I also hand you guys 14 gold each from the 42 that I found. And I tell each of you as I hand it to you, an excellent job. Keep up the good work, and we're going to make it out of here alive.
So as you guys are searching this room, you also come across in the back room, it seems to be Dr. Miniker's kind of private little space. And you have never seen something like this before, but they are photographs, like before and after photographs. And it has like people's names written on them, like what they looked like before and after.
Do we see anybody that we recognize? I don't know.
Oh,
Like in the photographs?
yeah, you do.
I do.
You do, 13.
Who do I see?
You see Bane.
Oh, shit. As soon as I see him, I'll just like get fucking angry, just like, Bane. And I'll point to him and.
The Bane that you know, he's in the photograph on the right. That's the Bane that you know is the face that you remember.
Mhm.
But he looked like he had some scars and even looked uglier in the other picture.
I have his scent again. He could be down here. We have to kill him. I'll take the picture off the wall. So it's what I remember him as with like scars and stuff.
No.
Or no, I
you
don't.
remember him being like, describe what Bane looks like to you.
I would say fat, with a beard, and he's bald,
He was even uglier.
uglier.
Yeah, his face was even worse. Like maybe just a whole bunch of war injuries and a broken nose and like all these scars and all this other stuff.
Okay.
And then the Bane that you remember is on the right, who's surprisingly cleaned up. Like not a good looking guy,
Yeah.
but he was even worse looking at some point, and you're just surprised and shocked.
How do we contact, what's his face?
Virgil,
Virgil.
just with that shell, who I believe Dr. Rhonda has that shell.
I and 13 have one. If you want to talk on the shell phone, I will pull it out and hand it to you.
No, instead I'll just show you the potions that I found and ask you to ask Virgil what they are. There's femininity, masculinity, and comeliness.
Yeah, we'll call Virgil and I'll relay that information to him.
Sounds like y'all been in the hospital then, huh?
We've got the key code to break down the barrier that's blocking us from coming to you.
Does Rhonda sound like that?
I don't know.
She took the masculinity potion.
We've
No, we took it.
let me re-say it. I'll fix it and edit.
Better not.
Why edit? Keep
No.
it in there.
All right.
Boy, girl, elf, dwarf, you can be anything you want to be an Arcus. Dr. Minica made that happen for a lot of people.
I am going to go ahead and drink the potion of comeliness.
You drink the potion. Your face feels like it's burning. Your skin tingles all down your body. Dr. Rhonda and 13 are looking at you like you're like, what are you doing? Like, how do you guys feel as he's drinking?
I'm
this
kind of
potion?
shocked that he just drank it because, like, did he describe the potions to us, or
No, he didn't. He just said
Yeah.
like, he was just like, oh yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff down here. You can be whatever you
I'm
want.
just kind of shocked that you would just drink this potion just like without having any knowledge of it or trying to,
I think after
That's how
hearing
I
from
would think about
Virgil-
stuff with like the magic essence in me. I would want to know like what's going on. I want to
Mhm,
learn
mhm.
more about the stuff.
I think after Virgil kind of said you can be anything you want to be, I took these as a good thing.
Sure. So, Musk, you gain +1 charisma as your face becomes slightly more symmetrical, slightly younger. You feel like your voice itself sounds more youthful, maybe a little bit more clean, a little less gruff. It has changed you and almost made you like younger and slightly more handsome, and with a slightly better voice.
Which brings me up to +2 charisma now.
Hey,
Good, not bad for a bard ranger.
no,
And I, as my face, I'm like cringing and like some of my crow's feet around my eyes are kind of like fading a little bit. I grab the other two and hand the vials to the masculinity and femininity. I hold them out, just expecting each one to take one.
I grab the masculinity and look at it. Can I do an Arcana check on it?
sure.
It's Viagra.
I would have thought the comely this one was.
What's the Viagra one?
Yeah, 19.
So you would assume that this would increase masculine traits.
So, possibly increase my strength. Well, seeing as after looking at it and Virgil saying like you can be anything you want to be, and then seeing Musk drink the one and no harm come to him, I will pop the cork off the bottle, sniff it for a second, and I'll drink it.
So you drink it, and you feel your pecs and your muscles, your shoulders, your arms, everything burning from the inside as you grow, and like even your bones, and you grow about an inch taller, and your muscles feel all that much stronger. But like you also feel like maybe you're not as flexible and as fast as you were because your muscles are getting so big. So you're going to gain 1 strength but lose 1 dexterity.
Okay.
Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and read a review. We didn't have Robbie go slow much this campaign, but I'm going to toss one in here. I want to say thank you to Tay K Ray 98. They say lighthearted and fun. This podcast relit my spark for Dungeons and Dragons. These guys are so funny, and I love the random campaigns. I've run their first campaign with my own crew, and they loved it. I messaged them personally to tell them how grateful I was for their podcast, and they responded and even sent me the campaign notes. This is truly a great podcast, and I love binging them when I'm on the road to and from college. Yeah, just FYI, anyone that is ever interested in them, we do like to help folks spread the word, spread our campaigns about what I consider to be the greatest game ever created, Dungeons and Dragons. So, yeah, go ahead. Anybody else want to say anything about that review?
I will just say in general, please leave us an Apple Podcast review. That helps us so much. You have no clue how helpful that is.
Thank you for your support.
I also don't know how helpful it is, but Casey keeps track of this stuff, so I trust him.
If you review us, it helps other people find us.
I believe Casey.
So Musk has his hand out with the feminine potion. I will take it and drink it.
Okay.
You grow bigger boobs.
Yeah, your chest got bigger. Why not mine?
Yeah. So you feel a sensation of just burning throughout your whole bone, through your bones, through your hips, through your chest, and you do become just more womanly. You feel just a little bit more lithe, a little bit more agile. You do feel more weak, unfortunately. So you gain 1 dexterity, but -1 strength.
Bob from Fight Club.
That's what would have happened if you took it.
Yeah.
So it's like dwarven women. They're kind of scruffy, you know.
Yeah.
So like, does this make me more like an elven dwarf? Like
it makes you more like a dwarven woman. I mean, it increases your dwarvenly womanness. So whatever those traits are to you, it's going to increase some of those.
Like, I guess a square jaw. Maybe you had a square jaw before, but now it's a little bit more
Yeah, I don't know.
thinner jaw. I don't know.
I have not laid out those differences between men and women in the dwarven universe in this campaign. So
yeah, I understand. I just
everyone's perfect out there.
I'm just thinking like, you know, because she likes dwarven men, but like, would this be more like, would dwarven men find it more attractive? That's what I'm thinking.
you, after taking this potion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it makes you look more fertile. Whatever it is, whatever the dwarven traits are for fertility, whether it's wide hips or wide shoulders or a strong beard, whatever those traits are, it's going to increase those even more.
Okay.
All right. I think we can start heading out of the hospital.
I feel so sexy.
So,
you want to go out the front door?
I think
Where
we
those people
can.
were?
Well, but then they get chased off by the huge stomping.
yeah, so
I don't
that
know, yeah.
bull, the bull man, he did run that way towards the front door where those people were pounding on the hospital trying to get in and trying to get Dr. Miniker's services.
Oh, I was going to go out the front door and say, the doctor will see you now. And then
He ran that direction, but you don't know. I mean, you have not gone that way to see if he ran through the door or anything. So you could follow his footsteps, or you could sneak back out the back and go down the hill straight to the exit or to the bathysphere station.
Well, I thought we were going up the hill to there was like a smoky barrier that was
That's
like
down.
That was at the very bottom of the
Yeah.
hill. This whole space has almost been like a funnel, like with houses at the top, and then the university, and then the hospital, and it kind of gets narrower and narrower and narrower until it all leads to a bathysphere station, which will get you to the mining district once you have a key to get to the bathysphere station.
When you said bathysphere, I was thinking the original one that we came from.
Oh, you could maybe go all the way up that way, but it didn't seem like it would work.
Yeah,
to get you where
I
you
was
wanted
under
to
the
go.
impression that those only led to the tower that we
Correct.
originally started at.
Yep,
So
that's correct.
Okay.
How are you guys on HP?
You said was it a regular healing potion that I got? Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink that. I was at 8. So
Well, I mean, do you guys want to take a rest here or use the Arcana Life pod?
I'd say if that door is open, we close it and then try and take a rest right there.
I'm cool with that. That way I don't have to use the healing potion.
And remember, it's 1 hour versus 4 hours for long and short rests.
I think we would go for a 4 after that.
Sure.
I just need HP back. What about you guys?
I burned a spell slot, but I can do without, I guess.
I'm at 8 HP and I only use my dragon breath. So
Sounds like a short rest would be enough.
I'm thinking a short rest is. I'm fine. I was more for the short rest than the long rest.
Okay. Yeah, let's do short.
All right, the three of you hide in this room. I assume you barricade and lock up the doors, and you take a break, dress your wounds.
I rolled 1 HP die and got to full health. I hadn't lost a ton.
Sharpen your blades. You reload your crossbow. How are you keeping track of bolts?
I bought a bunch.
That's right.
Yeah, I had spent money on it.
I'm just trying to find the health for the fighter.
1d10 for a fighter?
It's either D10 or I think that's about right.
D10.
If you click on short rest on your thing, it'll tell you.
Oh,
You're teaching me how to.
I know. Well, I had to figure it out for myself. I rolled 1 and I am back at full HP.
I'm at 17 out of 18. Walking whoa.
all right. And we'll exit and try to sneakily get down back to where the barrier is.
I assume you guys are going back door the way you came, or that back window. That's the most direct way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say we just what we're familiar with is stick to it.
The three of you sneak out the back window, dropping onto the hill, heading down. You move past some other walls and drop down some other barricades as you're moving down the hill. I would like everyone to make a stealth check.
Robbie, did you see how I rolled into the flashlight there? I rolled a 19 plus
I did.
2.
That was a good roll.
21.
I rolled a 19 plus 4, 23.
Rhonda rolled an 8.
All we need is 2 out of 3, so that's beautiful. Thank you. The 3 of you sneak towards the very bottom of the district you're in. And as you're getting closer and closer to the bathysphere station, you start hearing yelling. You hear clanging. You hear fighting. You hear screaming. And right as you pass some of the brush, some of the overgrown vegetation that is on the road, or just north of the road that connects you to the bathysphere station. Imagine 2 roads and a Y connecting and then leading right to that the giant smoky wall that blocked you, that was blocking your progress. At the intersection of this Y that you 3 are north of, you see a massive 12-foot hulking beast. It is a humanoid shape, but the whole creature looks like it's made of coral, and one of its arms is just a swirl of coral going into a sharp point, and that arm is up in the air with a human body, one of those arcanists, one of those wearing the white jumpsuits, but it's no longer white. It's completely soaked in blood as it's hanging off of the arm of this coral golem. And there are 2 other arcanists stabbing the golem, hitting it with a hammer, and also your old friend, Mr. Beefy Boy, charging down this golem. All of them fighting this huge rainbow-colored monstrosity. And then hanging on to the ankle of this monstrosity is a little boy, maybe 7 years old. And he's saying, "Protect me! Protect me! Kill him! Kill him, Bubby! Kill him! Get him! Get him dead!" And the arcanists that are fighting this coral golem are saying, "Ah, we're gonna kill you! We're gonna get..." They're just like screaming and yelling, "We're gonna kill you! We're gonna get you!" The little boy is yelling. And then there are some globes of light floating around this battle scene. And in the globes of light, you see a visage of a person's face, which is not something that you have ever seen before. It seems to be a human woman, probably late 40s, early 50s. She's very waifish, delicate, bookish is the word I'm looking for.
Leathery? I don't know.
She's very waifish and delicate and bookish. She's got brown skin and mostly black hair with big gray chunks in it. It's messy. She's wearing machinist glasses. And you see her face in these globes. And they seem to actually be looking at the combat itself. And she's saying, Let go of the golem and let that little lad live. Get out of here. Get off of him. Get off of them. What do you guys do?
Do we recognize the woman? Is it Abigail?
No, it is not Abigail. This is
not
human.
Abigail?
Abigail's a dwarf.
Okay.
Do you wait for the fight to kind of finish up? Do you get engaged?
You want to get engaged? Like third party this shit?
Well, it was run up after they start killing people and take the loot.
I mean, can we tell who's winning this battle or not really?
Everyone seems to be losing this fight. One of the arcanists is dead. The other 2 arcanists are very terribly injured. The coral golem, you see pieces of its body around it, and it seems to be down on a knee. And even your Beefy Boy, your friend, has a huge hole in his stomach that was not there an hour ago.
The cowman's fighting the coral monster?
Yes, the cowman. I mean, he might be fighting everyone. You're not sure.
Well, you just freed him, so if you're gonna...
Well, there's a 7-year-old boy there.
That's
too.
the thing.
I mean, that would...
Yeah, the 7-year-old boy seems to be on Team Coral Golem. Like he's
I think-
hugging its ankle and like saying, "Protect me, protect me."
13's mindset, like I'm focused. I have a sense that Bane is down here in this unknown world, and I'm kind of like, my mission is to find him now, and my thought process is survival, and just kind of letting him. I would probably just let him. I wouldn't do anything. I would just let him fight it out.
This is in the
And-
area like we need to get past to. Like we have to.
Yeah, these guys are right in between you and the exit.
There's no way of sneaking around them.
You maybe could.
I just say wait. Let's wait it out and just go past them when it all clears up. What do you say, Musk?
I would suggest that we sneak around them, like that, like while they're fighting. I mean,
We feel pretty well hidden right now.
Yes, you do. You do feel
Okay.
pretty well hidden.
Musk will say, "We wait."
So, while the three of you wait, the battle ensues. The Coral Golem smashes some skulls in the ground, but everyone else gets good shots in, including your beefy friend. And one by one, the Coral Golem, though, knocks everyone down, including the cowman. But he's taken so much damage at this point. He's literally, the last end of the fight is him pulling the horns out of his stomach from the Beefy Boy and then twisting his neck. And then the Coral Golem just kind of falls forward on its face and it's heaving and it kind of lifts up and groans. And the little boy is on his side. Come on, Big Bubby. Come on. We gotta go. And the woman in the globes of light. Little lad, it's time for you to go away. It's time for you to go away. It seems like your coal golem will not be with you. Move as quietly and safely as you can to the system. And you guys see the little boy just laying there crying as this giant monstrosity is kind of heaving and groaning on the ground. And it's trying to get up to its feet, and then it falls back on its face again.
Free loot. I say we go up.
Yeah,
And
they
take some
had
shit off of him. I say, yeah, I just walk. At this point, there's no danger. I'm going to approach, and I'm going to say to the little boy, "Where's your family?"
So as you say that, the face that's in the globes of light turns towards you and says, "Who are you? What are you doing down here?"
I could ask you the same question. Who are you?
I am Dr. Venetia Caravella. I created the coral golems and these little lads. Now, why don't you leave them alone? And as she is saying that, her face starts to kind of like static and flash out. And then another face appears. And it is a handsome, bespectacled, and charismatic dwarf again. He has dark hair and a beard. And he says, "Don't listen to her, chaps." And it's Virgil. The second you hear his voice, you know it's Virgil. "Don't listen to her, chaps. That little boy, he's a monster. You've seen the dry bodies all around this district? That little boy drained them dry." And then his face starts to scratch out. And then you see the Dr. Venetia Caravella again. "Who is that? What is that? Who is breaking through the network?"
Can I do an insight check on Virgil?
Sure.
I'm going to use my inspiration. I feel like this is an important role for Rhonda to know if he's telling the truth or not. 13.
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
I have a feeling he's telling the truth. And I look at the boy and I try to think about how the boy could possibly do this. And my mind is open to the possibility that he can, but I'm still like questioning. I believe Virgil, but then I'm starting to wonder how the boy was capable of doing this.
So, how close are you to everyone? How close? Yeah, where's everyone standing right now? Are you guys right up next to the boy? Or are you starting to walk towards him?
I approach the boy.
if
I'd say I'm
that,
probably like 10 feet from him.
If that
5-10 feet when it, if I asked him that question before.
if that coral thing's not moving anymore, I'll definitely get closer. But if it's still wiggling around, I'll.
He's breathing, and as you guys get close, as 13 gets within 10 feet, he lifts his arm, like holding his hand up to like stop, and then he just drops it back to the floor, like he doesn't have the strength to keep his arm up.
The coral monster?
Yes, the coral monster. So he's still alive, but he's just like in very, very, very bad shape.
Yeah, I'll get closer to check out this boy.
You get closer to the little boy, and he looks at you, and his eyes, there's no white to him. They're just pure, solid black orbs inside his face. And you see the corners of his mouth caked with blood, and it's like he's been wiping it from his chin, and you see blood all caked over his sleeves.
Ugh. What's your name, little lad? And I pull out a lollipop for him.
Where do you get a lollipop?
I'm a doctor. Doctors have lollipops. Doctors have lollipops for kids.
True.
Is it a blood lollipop or?
I know, right? I was just joking that I have a lollipop.
He's
We don't-
doing that.
We can
13's
pretend.
pulling out his sword and club right behind the kid. Like,
I'm thirsty, but you're not Big Bubby. And the woman's face, Dr. Venetia Caravella above you all, says, "No, he is not. He is not Big Bubby. You might want to be careful. Get away from these men. They could be dangerous. But they're not arcanists. Who are you? Who are the three of you?"
I don't respond to the lady. I move around to loot the bodies that the coral monster killed. So
Yeah, so the coral monster groans and lurches towards you, but he's on the ground still. He's
Yeah.
not able to actually get you as you start checking some of these
Yeah,
bodies.
I want to
over.
investigate the bodies and see what I can find on them.
Sure. As you start doing that, Venetia's face again blinks away, and it's Virgil again, and you hear him also over your conch and over your shell phone, and he says, "That little boy, he's full of arcanite. It's yours if you want it, and trust me, you do, because he's no little boy. He's a monster. Look closely at his back."
Can I look at his back?
So yeah, you've actually walked around to the other side,
Uh-huh.
and the little boy, his back is kind of to the coral monster, and you're looking through. He's got this kind of tattered tunic, and you see bulges through the tunic, and they're glowing. They're glowing purple through his shirt.
I'll ask him, "What's wrong with your back, son?"
He doesn't understand or respond. Are you guys gonna hurt me? Bubby, get up, protect me, Bubby, protect me. And he's kind of grabbing onto the golem. He's weeping now.
Where do you need to get to, little boy?
I'm thirsty. I need a drink.
What are you looking to drink?
And he points over at one of the arcanists on the ground, and also points at the cowman, and then he kind of huddles down and is almost fetal position next to the core golem after he points at the bodies. "I'm telling you, the little boy's a monster. Put him out of his misery. Drink him dry before he drinks you." And he goes away. And Venetia comes back. "Don't you dare! Don't you dare!" And then she goes away, and then Virgil's back on. "Come on now. He's got arcanite. You need that arcanite. You need it if you're going to survive down here. Just grab him. Grab the little boy. Draw his power from him. He's full of magic. He runs around here, sucking the arcanite out of corpses."
Who wants to kill a kid?
I don't know. So he's sucking the arcanite out of the corpses, but he's not killing the corpses. Is that what
No,
I'm
he's
thinking?
not killing them. I mean, clearly the golem killed them, but he's not killing the kids. But he is definitely from what you can tell so far, the little boy's responsible for a lot of those dried up bodies.
Could be like a vampire or something like that. Like he's sucking up the magic out of him or whatever, you know?
Yeah, that's
Right.
that's the exact feeling that you're getting.
I don't know. I mean, we let Beef Man go. I would think that we would let like this kid go.
Virgil's face disappears from again, and you see Dr. Venetia. All right, take the little boy, but do not take all of the Arcanite from him. Return him. If you return him to one of the service tunnels, to one of the service entries, then let him back into the tubes. But just take a little bit of Arcanite. Don't take all of it. Monsters.
So it's a possibility of taking all the Arcanite from the boy and like him still living?
Yeah, so it seems like you can take some and he still lives, or you can take all of it and the boy dies.
I grab him by the hand and say,
No!
"This
what?
is no place for a child."
What? What are you doing? Let go of me! Let go of
And
me!
I motion to the others like, "Let's get to the bathysphere." Anything happen when I touch him?
No, he's just like
No?
a little kid.
I'm just
He's-
dragging a kid.
Yeah,
grabbing
he's
his
just-
arm.
Yep, he's not that strong. He's a little kid. You're a big, strong man. You just grab his arm, and he's kicking and screaming. And the two of you can see what she was talking about. On his back, there's a few big, like almost like blisters growing in his skin, and you see purple light emanating from his clothing through it.
I grab his hand. I start walking down the path with him. I say, "This is no place for a child." And I'll motion to the others, "Look at those bodies before you head forward."
So you're telling them to loot because you stopped looting, right?
I stopped looting when I looked at his back, so I'm going to tell the Rhonda and Musk to loot the bodies and let's go. I don't want to hang out in this area anymore.
Can we let the boy go next to one of these corpses? I want to see what he does.
Yeah. So as
Yeah, I
13 is
can-
dragging
yeah.
him past the bodies, he's like reaching out for them.
I want to see if he's a monster or not. Let him next to one of the corpses.
I take him to the cowman.
Sure.
I figure he has the least amount of arcanite in him
He
or
actually,
whatever.
so
I was thinking the most.
physical power is a manifestation
Oh,
of
is it?
Arcanite energy.
Oh, then whoever, and I would know this like
Yeah,
as a
I mean
wizard.
that's
Okay.
just you
Whoever
took,
looks
you
the
took a
s-
potion and got physically stronger.
Whoever
You-
looks the smallest, I guess, the smallest of
So you let him go next to the bodies, and he, like a dog or a wolf attacking a rabbit, he just pounces right on to the neck. His mouth open, and then just leeches onto the side. You see blood starting to pour, and the blood itself, you see little wisps of smoke coming out of the blood, out of the nose of the victim, out of the hole on the neck, and it's swirling around the little boy and going into his nose and around his eyes and into his ears. And you see the blisters on the little boy's back glowing with light as he's drawing the life force and the Arcanite energy out of this corpse. And you see the cheeks of the corpse start to sink in and become sullen, and the eyes dry around the sockets, and the skin getting tighter and starting to wrinkle as all of the moisture is being dragged out of the body, and as all of the magic's being pulled out into this little boy.
and it looks like all the other corpses we've seen.
Yes, and it's starting to become like that.
All right, I'm gonna pull my weapon out. I'm gonna kill this kid. Sorry, I mean,
You probably
I feel
doing
like-
that, and you see Rhonda already walking up slowly with her hammer in her hand as you.
as his back is turned to me, I'm just gonna lunge at him or just take my weapons down on him, just because I feel like he is. It's not his fault that this is happening, but like he is a part of like the reason why this area is like this. Like there are so many bodies that we've seen that are just like sucked dry, basically from the. He's sucking the magic essence out of them, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It is a sense of evil in my mind. I've seen enough. I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna strike him.
I'm gonna say Musk was searching the bodies and like wasn't close or near enough to respond to any of that. Like, so I'm not gonna be able to stop you even if I was intending to, which
Yes.
I
So-
don't know.
Doctor, you are standing next to 13 as you pull out your short sword and point it at this kid
Yeah.
as he's sucking the life out of this thing. Do you do anything to stop him, or do you say anything, or do you encourage him?
I was already thinking about just whacking the kid with my hammer. Do you get? You guys feel that's in character?
Not my character, fella.
I know, but this kid's like a little monster, and it's caused all this death. Yeah, I think it would be in character because I mean she's fought on the front line, and well, she's been almost on the front line on a war, and killing like a big threat that would save more lives in the end would probably be her end goal.
Sure.
Yeah, so I would think that 13 sees Rhonda in the corner of his eyes that she tightened her grip on her reflex hammer.
Yeah, I look back at Rhonda, and I've had my short sword pulled, and just kind of motion towards the kid, and I thrust my sword into him, the back of his neck.
Rhonda closes her eyes and turns away in disbelief that this is happened to happen.
As that happens, a wave of magical energy is released. A huge wall of that purple smoke explodes from the kid's neck, and then sweeps back into him. And all of the pods that were on his back are gone, and they look deflated. And the kid's lifeless body falls next to the corpse. The three of you can gain 2 levels in any class that you've already gained. Had you decided to just draw some of the magic from the kid, you would only gained 1 level.
Oh,
So because you decided to kill the kid, you have gained 2 levels in any class that you already have.
You're welcome, Musk.
Does Musk find
He stood
anything?
back- yeah.
Does he search the corpse?
He's just like, oh shit, I feel great. Like,
Yeah.
he's looking at bodies.
Yeah, so that as that wave hit you guys and then swung back in, you have that purple magical smoke surrounding your body, filling your lungs, filling your ears. And we'll come back with level 4 characters in the next episode of Crit Sandwich.